fellow shades, Breakfast Shall we cover here with another episode of the test, Final
Yes, Final
Revelations.
Revelation. There you go. Ooh.
What
What emotion do you feel is most present in this picture? Chaos, right? Yeah.
Uh, Chaos or joy? Again, chaos brings me joy, and like it's a
Actually,
weird mixture for
I see
these
joy more,
tests.
because it's like, it is somewhat chaotic, but isn't that what joy can be most of the time? It's chaotic.
Well, chaos can also bring pain. Chaos is again everything.
Yes.
So like, again, this can be anything. So I'm gonna say chaos.
What word do you feel describes this picture best?
Ooh.
I like data, personally.
I'm feeling anarchy or puzzle.
Okay, between
not
the
feeling
two,
anarchy so much.
I think puzzle
I'm
more,
feeling
because
more
I don't,
puzzle.
because like when I think of anarchy, I think
Right.
you're destroying, you're fighting against like something, but in this scenario, it just seems like you're really, maybe, you know what it is? What if anarchy in this scenario is like, what if that's what you're hoping for, right? It's like, this is your goal, and you're fighting against the system to get to
Yeah.
this goal. What if it's
No.
that way? Right?
I'm definitely not an anarchist. No, definitely not.
So, puzzle.
I believe that yeah, puzzle.
What do you think this picture is called? The Crystalverse! Oh, I love that name.
I like that, but
You, I guess you would say deciphering, because you said puzzle.
deciphering. Yeah.
Huh. What a oddball. We're almost done.
Fuck you.
What emotion do you feel is most present in this picture? Why does this look like the game of
Joy.
Spore? Like, not even gonna lie. What word do you feel describes this picture best? Like, this feels like when you're in the very first stage of Spore and you're like you're in like the, like amoeba stage or some shit or something where like you're like the
Right.
tiniest thing ever. Like, that's what this kind
I've
of
only
feels
seen
like.
a little bit of that. I haven't actually fully played or even seen Spore. I don't know what happens in that. Do you?
I've played it, and I don't think I completed it.
Is it good?
I mean, it's.
I remember
I don't think.
people said it was good.
I don't think it's all that. It's like, it's pretty basic, but I mean, it's somewhat interesting. You can make horrific monsters, and you can.
Ooh, lovely.
And there's a community base where like you basically people share their inventions and whatnot, so you could
Their
like see
inventions.
crazy creatures and
Ooh.
crazy building designs and whatnot.
Just get a bunch of like monstrosities known to humanity.
Yeah.
Awesome, love it. Anyways, Arc or Vapor.
I'm
I'm
kind of thinking.
feeling.
I don't know why, but I immediately think slime, probably because it's green.
I'm gonna say they.
All right, 420 guy.
Why does Arc feel like this? I mean, shut up. I don't know why I was half considering fucking lighting something up halfway through this test. So I can't say too much. But still,
Technically,
screw
if you
you.
think of arc is like the circle of a trajectory. So technically, there's a big
That's what
circle
I'm
in the middle.
feeling.
So technically, it's a
Right,
bunch
and
of
I
arcs.
feel that, but it's very alluring to choose Arc, but I gotta use Vapor just because it's the.
What do you think
I don't know.
this picture is called? Planet?
Ooh,
The sludge?
I'm into Dark Lights or Planet Cradle.
I like Planet Cradle more. And it seems
I
more
like
fitting.
Planet Cradle a lot. It does.
Interesting choice. Let's see here. You're kind of crazy. What emotion do you feel is most present in this picture? It looks like a rising phoenix. Right off the bat, I see a rising phoenix.
Right. A phoenix, right. I see a.
I can actually, I see
someone taking
anger
a piss.
here, surprisingly, because I think of vengefulness.
Yeah. Right. I see the Yiga clan, like, eye symbol.
Oh,
With, like,
okay,
a
yeah.
dick taking a piss. That's
So,
what I see.
what are you saying?
I'm gonna
Question
say,
is,
I'm gonna say anger.
yeah. What word do you feel describes this picture best? Actually, I kind of see a sword, like a fencing sword, like it's pointing down into the ground, kind of, or a rapier,
Right.
not a fencing
See
sword, a
anger
rapier.
like this. A rapier. Well, a
Um,
fencing sword is a rapier,
I know,
except
but
one
fencing,
used for
like when
actual
you say
combat.
fencing, that's
Fencing
supposed
is
to
like
have
a
guarded.
combat sport, but a rapier was used for like actual
Yeah,
fighting at times or duels.
yeah.
So it's kind of different. But it's designed to be essentially the same.
So, what are you thinking? Crown?
I'm thinking crown. Um, I'm thinking eclipse or crown.
I think.
What do you think?
Can you explain? Like, why do you think eclipse? Just can you explain that one to me? Crown, I
I
can
don't
imagine, but
know. I'm just going with like what word like resonates with me when it comes to this. And while crown kind of fits because of the feeling and like I'm just trying to feel like anger, but what is like the anger I'm getting from this at all? Like I'm not really sensing anger, but it was the closest thing.
it
So
could.
what is the
You could be
closest thing to
eclipsing
this?
anger theoretically, like because eclipsing something.
That's what I was thinking. That's
I
what I
could
was
see that,
thinking.
yeah.
It was the
So
kind
I
of
guess
like
eclipse makes more sense. The only reason I see crown is because I can imagine putting that in someone's head, and I don't mean the blade. I mean just the
yeah,
top
right.
part. Like, could you?
That's the
Oh
way
my
I see
god!
it
What
too.
if you had royalty and you actually left your sword and just made everyone think it was just the crown? It's like, yeah, they just have a really new weird crown. I don't know why. like it would be the funniest fucking cover up. Like, could you imagine a weekend at Bernie's with the fucking Queen of England? And it's just like she has a sword through her head. That would honestly be hilarious.
Fucking oh my god. Fuck it, I'm going with Eclipse.
What do you think this picture is called? Red Angel.
hmm,
I oddly kind of land on
I'm
Solar
feeling
or
Solar
Solar.
Blade or
Oh no,
Broken
Solar Blade
Seal.
actually. Solar Blade makes a lot more sense.
Solar Blade and Broken Seal. You said it would be Sword, so I can see Solar Blade, and I said Eclipse and Anger. I'm gonna say Broken Seal.
All right then.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should choose the other one. Nah,
Just a
I
few
stick with my
more.
answers.
What emotion do you feel is most present in this picture? I kind of see it kind of seems depression. Yeah. What word do you feel
Yeah, very
describes this
depressing.
picture best? I Sphere. Yeah, I guess sphere
I
makes
feel
more
like
sense.
I kind of works.
I don't. I think it only works
I
if
don't
you
know.
only focus on the
I feel
middle.
like
I think sphere
I feel
sphere
like a
fits it
clash,
more in
right?
general.
For me, when I look at the very center, I feel clash. If clash was a word here, I'd choose that instantly. But it's not. So, like, what would I choose?
I would say probably sphere or
I'm a,
cosmic.
I'd say cosmic.
Yeah, fits. What do you think this picture is called? Spiral World is interesting. Formless being, marble of time, higher intelligence, planet core. We did say
Planar.
it's depressed though. Well, I guess I wonder if a higher intellect, like let's say, what if aliens were depressed? Could you imagine they just come down and like,
Well,
man,
I mean, there is a thing about how higher intelligent people usually get depressed more, like, just more
easily
commonly.
or over time?
Yeah, right. It's just like being able to really see how bad things can be in art and just like being able to actually fully comprehend it. The more you're able to, the
Yeah.
just I remember something like that.
No, I think you're right. I do understand what you're saying, and it makes sense. Where the hell is my other
I'm
sandal?
feeling Marble of Time I'm feeling Marvel
Huh.
Time, Formless Being, or Higher Intelligence. What do you feel?
Between Marvel Time or Formless Being? I would say Formless Being.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Let's go with it.
that's surprising.
You said this 3 times,
Almost.
basically, man.
Almost finished. Well, technically, it's always been true. What emotion do you feel is
Mm-hmm.
most present in this picture? Joy?
Okay. Hmm.
Or
I'm feeling a bunch of duality, so I'm gonna say chaos.
what word do you feel describes this picture best? Chaos, chaos, chaos.
Ooh. Chaos. Honestly, I'm feeling chaos or warped, which I don't feel warped as much as I do chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos kind of works. Chaos.
What do you think this picture is called? Vermins?
Um,
Because, like, it's both chaoses, and so then it's like leaves up close, soulless space, light break ending? Wait, light breakening. How about that one?
I like light breaking and leaves up close.
I, hmm. I like
I guess that's
leave.
leaves. Okay, that's leaves as in like probably like tree leaves. I'm thinking leaves as in leaving. I
Well,
don't
I
know
think
why.
they're
I
spelled
was
the
like, that
same
feels
way.
like kind of
Like they are
counter.
spelled, I think, the same way.
They are
So I
spelled the
mean,
same way. That's why I was like a bit like, oh wait, that's probably talking about trees. But at the same time, it's the like leaving and up close is kind of like counter to intuitive for the same
yeah,
thing. And I'm seeing like a duality, like a split. So leaving up close felt like immediately fitting, but light breaking also works. What do you think?
I like light and breakening because of the fact that there are. You said there's a duality, and there are two different colored lights, and they're both breaking each other. So it's in breakening, and they're both
Right,
light
right, right.
sources.
Yeah, I can see it.
Very
Yeah, you're
good.
right, you're right.
Last one.
Okay.
What emotion do you feel is most present in this picture? Numbness.
Chaos or relaxation?
Out of
Ooh,
those two, I
retarded.
guess I would say I don't think chaos is relaxing myself, so I can't really say.
I mean, chaos, I find chaos just as relaxing as anything else. So, and I find it fun. I'm gonna say chaos. Chaos is just, it
What
defines
word do
me.
you feel describes this picture best? Hollow?
The void. Yep.
Solitary?
I say void because even though it's
Okay.
somewhat filled and there is a void on the outside or whatever, but I just feel like this is the void for me. Yes.
What do you think this picture is called? Empty World? Static Field?
Empty world would work, but
Because you did call it a void.
right, and I can understand that. But a void can also be a way in between. So I'm
I
feeling
don't I don't think it's
warp
transporting.
tunnel.
Like the way that it looks, I don't think it's
A
transporting.
void can be, oh, like I don't see it as like transporting either. Not fully. I see it as just like, what do I see this as? I feel this as
And you're sure not static
a
field,
warping
right?
of some kind. Yeah, I'm not static
And
field.
the sound of
Um,
silence?
I'm warp tunnel or empty world.
Okay. I like empty. I think empty world fits better. Even if it, like you said, it called it void, and even though there is stuff in there, that doesn't mean it can't be empty. That's like saying,
Right.
oh, you could be at a party and you're not lonely. It's like, no, you're still lonely there. if you don't act with others,
Right,
you're so
right,
lonely.
right, right.
Your answers have been documented well. Deep in your subconscious they dwell, the paralysis demons. But I am not finished with
They come for you.
yet. There's just still some truths that have not yet been met, or yet be met. Okay, that haven't yet
Okay,
been
close enough.
God damn it, to be, not beam to. As a matter of fact, this is only the start. I don't know. I think the start was a
Okay.
while ago. It was like 2 hours.
I mean,
ago.
yeah.
It was like an hour
If
ago.
this is still considered, like, if this is the introduction, we're a bit screwed.
We will have a great deal of fun before we part. Well, I mean, we do have a full day, so I think we're good. So let
right,
me
right.
challenge you on another level still. Level 2.1. I will
Right.
pick your brain until
You're
I get
1.2.
filled.
Like level 1.2 out of 100.
Yeah, until I get my fill. And the 100 is the first number, so you have to go through like 1.10, and then it goes to 2, and it's just like, no!
And then it goes to 2, and then you're like 1.1 again, like, or 2.1. Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
This world next. Why do you say world? This next set of questions will test your conscious more. Yeah, that's conscious. Okay. For some reason, I read science, and I'm like, that can't be right. Again, your honesty is I do implore. Let us begin. Where did I put my glasses? 1 year of running a little low on funds to purchase presents around the holidays. So you decide to spend $1 and get everyone in your family a lottery ticket.
Okay.
Do you give each of them their own lottery ticket and wish them the best of luck?
Lottery's not really the best gift, but sure.
The drawing is held, and one of your family members hits a jackpot, but someone who you really don't get along with, and just bought a present for out of a moral obligation.
Simple. I wouldn't buy a present out of moral obligation. It's simple. Problem solved.
I think you're
Question
did,
over.
That's the problem.
Right.
They plan to keep the money all themselves, and they feel like, and as they feel like was their, as they feel it was like their ticket. How does this make you feel?
I really don't care.
Very well. What would you wish to do in this situation?
I like 3 of the options are just like fuck them up.
I mean, they are kind of being selfish. Depending on how big the family is, that is quite selfish.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Like, not everyone in family is close. Again, that's why you don't get things out of just moral obligation. You don't treat people with respect because of moral obligation. You treat people with respect because they respect you, and you get people things because you want to.
Well, I have a question for you. If
Anyways,
let's say
I'd let them be
that
happy with their
a
winnings.
family member of yours has no clue what you want, but they know they have to bring a gift. Are they supposed to just say, sorry, I couldn't bring anything?
I'd rather they
their
bring
feelings
nothing.
are gonna tell them, no, you have to bring something, even if it's just like a card or something. Like they're gonna think they have to bring something, right? It's completely mental.
Honestly,
it's all mental.
I
and
guess.
the idea that you have to bring something, which, I mean, some people think you have to, but in most cases it's not true. And if you don't know what they want, then it's just stupid, because then you're just wasting your money. And maybe you'll get what they like,
Right.
but for all you know, you just got
Unless
them like
you-
a fucking pamphlet for wild survival, and they hate going outside, you know? Like, it was just a complete
that is
waste.
True. You could also, in general, just give them money.
Well, yes,
That could also work.
Yeah. No, I knew that could work,
And
but
in
I
a
specifically
situation
stayed away
where
from
you're
that idea just to try to give you a better example of, like, it's completely mental. Like, most of
I
this
can
moral
understand what
stuff
you're
is
saying.
completely ideal, not like logical
Right, 'cause
in most cases.
right. That's the thing. Even like most moral things, I'll apply like all the logic I can to it. Like what is just
Oh
the
yeah, I'm
most
not saying how you would
statistically
react. I'm just saying
along
I
with
just mean
ethical.
that like I was explaining it
Okay.
because it was like I kind of
Right, right.
understand the
I
problem,
am
but I also
that's
know
right.
the deficit of following the trend without taking like preparations by either asking what they want or just trying to get more info about them to try to make a good guess. Like, I mean, at least then you're trying to be more considerate of them and not just assume you know what they like.
Right. Um, read the question.
Oh, if if the roles were reversed and you were given a winning lottery ticket, would you share the money with your least favorite family member who bought you the ticket in the first place? I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like a respect thing where it's like, I wouldn't have.
You know
It's like
what?
because you could totally guilt him and be like, you wouldn't have gotten that if I didn't get you that. Like you could easily guilt
Right.
trip
Honestly,
someone where
that's
it's
something
like,
my family would approach me like that. That is something they would do is be like, "Hey, where's my cut?" Like, and it wouldn't just be the person who gave it to me. It'd be every single person in my family would be like, "Yo, where's my cut?" Bro.
I know it's called
So,
it's because you guys commit bank heists. It's like, come on, you gotta be realistic. You gotta pay them
it's
fairly.
fucking no, fuck that shit. It's mine. But would I share it with? Because that's the thing. When I remember about the first thing I remember about the question is that in the other question, like it says, you're struggling to like get by, so you get lottery tickets for everyone. So if I knew that someone who like got me a gift, even though that they were struggling, even if that's my least favorite
I
family
mean,
member, I'd still
theoretically,
give
the
them a little
person
bit
who
of
got
money,
the gift might
just
not have the
just because,
context. I mean, hopefully they would get the context, but supposedly he's just like, yeah,
like,
sorry, it was a last minute gift, Like, he could cover it up, and they
right.
wouldn't know about the struggling. Because family members do that.
Well,
It's not
yeah.
that, like, I can totally, it's not a hard thing to do where it's like, you don't want to burden them where it's like, oh, it's a happy time. I can't tell them I'm in
No,
severe
no,
student debt.
no.
Nah, hold
My
on, let me.
family's all about my family. Depending on who it is, they're all about leaving their burdens on someone else. Trust me, it's not all like that. It ain't
Well,
all
I
like
mean,
that,
I
but
think you're a special case, but I know how I'll act, and I
maybe.
know the people who will act where it's like, oh, I don't want to like I don't want to ruin the scene with my
Right,
news of
right.
struggling economics. I can't ruin the day,
Like,
you know?
like I understand what you're saying because we have people like there's definitely a lot of people like that in my family.
Yeah.
But like overall, like I can like if I were to know, then yeah, I would like because it
Yeah.
doesn't ask if I do know. It just says that the roles are switched, and since I do know that in this context of answering the question that they're
Uh,
struggling, yeah, I would give them help.
Now that you're walking through a forest, or now you're
Oh,
walking through
what?
a forest and you come across a black suitcase. Inside the case, there rests $1 million.
Is this the guy who robbed the police one time while on a plane and then jumped out later?
Oh, that's where that is. Haha. Along the
Uh,
money there lies a bloodstain note, and with only one word written on it. The word simply says "don't." How does this make you feel? I kind of would say
um,
anxious. I know, because it's like, why is there a bloody letter that says no, or says don't?
well,
Like that
it
feels
ain't got a
very
tracker on.
suspicious.
The number one thing, check to see if there's any way to be tracked back, like, on the case. If not, fucking take that shit. I'm taking that shit.
Well, how would you know if there's a way to track
I'm
it?
so,
What if they tracked it by purely knowing what the suitcase looks like, and they could see all the cameras in the city? Like theoretically, like there could be a
you're
setup
in the
where
woods. You're in the woods. It said you're in the
but
middle
they
of
could
nowhere
follow
in the
your
middle of the
path.
woods.
Like you're not
Well,
you are leaving
It's because
tracks.
we're alone in the middle
And
of the woods.
and if you go back to where you live, which is most likely in some kind of city, or even if it's not, like let's say you live out in the woods,
then
you still
all of
leave
a sudden I
tracks.
just have a black briefcase. Whoever left this, like, there's no one here. There's like, again, there's no reason anyone to suspect me if I bring this briefcase home. Like, there's just no reason that this really could go wrong unless if someone is just randomly out in the middle of the woods. In which case, why would they be watching a briefcase with $1 million in it?
I
and not
feel
just
like
be
it would be
taking
more
it
like
from
they
damn
hear you
self?
coming and they hide, right? That's what I'm thinking. Is they're like, oh, I hear someone coming, and they duck for the bushes, right? That's what I'm thinking. It's not that they're like trapping it, like it's not like a parent trap situation. It's specifically more like, oh no, I'm about to get caught, better hide so they can't find me. You know, it's a
And then they had the time to sprawl out the note. Don't.
well, the don't could have been from someone else. Like
It could have been
the
from
blood,
anything.
because it doesn't
Yeah,
say
honestly,
the blood is
whoever
red.
like
It doesn't say
whoever
the blood
did this
is
seems to be more interested in whoever took this money previously than the money itself. So I'm gonna just. There's multiple ways you could go about this. You could go about it by just taking some of the money itself inside. You could go about it by taking the briefcase and then
wait.
like cutting it up and just like removing any evidence
Wait,
that's
why
in the
does it
same
say
briefcase.
there's blood in there?
It says that it says that there's a blend state note near it.
It says near it, but if you're saying in there, wouldn't you mean the case? Is there blood in the case itself?
No,
Like,
I'm not saying.
No,
I'm
no,
not
I
saying
mean
that
the
the blood in
line.
the case. What
Like,
I'm saying is.
what it's implying, I'm trying to figure
What?
out. It said
Oh,
scared,
on the
there's
question.
blood in there. You wouldn't say that. You'd say on there if it's a no. Well, I guess if it's
Well, if
crumpled
there
up,
was-
then you would say it's in there. But it's still
Right,
weird
and if there's-
verbiage because
if-
for
Yeah,
what you're
if there's
talking about,
blood
it sounds
on
like you're
the
talking about
money,
case.
then it's not. No, it's no longer good money. Can't use money with blood on it, as it turns out.
Anxious, what if someone
That'd be a
else
bit
comes for the money?
suspicious.
You already said it that if
Right.
anyone's everyone's more
Uh,
interested in whoever has the money afterwards. So it's not someone's coming for the money. Excited? I
Yeah,
mean,
nobody. I'm indifferent. I'm about to be slightly richer. I guess excited.
you would be excited
I
because
can
you'd have a
pay
lot
off
of money.
the student loans. I mean,
Yeah.
$1 million ain't that much. That can last you probably maybe 3-4 decades, but not your entire
Wait,
life.
decades?
You'd
Wait,
be
wait,
struggling
hold on.
if you.
Do you know what decades are? Because
$1
that
million.
that doesn't sound right.
No, you couldn't last 4 decades on $1 million.
I-
You could last
What?
about 2 decades on $1 million.
Isn't a decade like 1,000? It's not that. What isn't a decade like 1,000 years?
Decade is 10 years, dummy.
So you could live 20. Wow.
A
You-
decade, century. It's decade and then century, and century is 100 years.
Okay.
So $1 million could probably last you.
20
when
years.
I'm saying 10 to
Okay.
1 to 2 decades is like, I believe that $1 million, depending on how frugal you are, because this is also
Yeah.
a thing. Like, between housing markets, the living costs, $1 million ain't gonna last you long. But that's a hell of a head start
Yeah.
that not everyone has. So, college, here I come. I'm about to be slightly more.
What? And
Well,
what would you wish to do in this situation? Grab a suitcase, rent a car, take money, as much money as I could, or hold and leave the. Oh, okay. Call the police and let them know
Don't
about
leave
the
any
suitcase.
evidence. You take everything.
And leave the suitcase alone. and
Don't
move
run.
along.
Be casual. Don't run. Be casual.
If the note wasn't covered in blood, would you change your decision at all? Well, no. If anything, the blood
No.
was the more hesitant part that made me like
Right,
the idea that the
honestly,
bloody note was,
I don't
if
even
anything,
care.
more of a hesitant, not a like, oh yes, they're dead. Finally, I
Right.
get to have their money. You know, you don't. Most people wouldn't directly
They're
assume
probably
that.
dead. They ain't coming back after me.
Uh,
Like, you'd be more concerned of who had this money and then
Yeah.
who came after that person. That'd be what
interesting.
you're concerned about.
Yeah.
but it's not likely that you'd like have to find out in any way.
The devil appears in your room at night while you're alone and just about to fall asleep and tells you that he has a special one-time offer for you.
Okay.
In exchange your soul in exchange for your soul and eternal damnation, he will let you choose from one of 3 glorious bargains. He has not told
Okay.
you what those bargains are yet. How does this make you feel? We do have to end the video.
Oh damn. Let me answer this.
Okay.
He's not told me how the bargains are yet. I'm definitely more intrigued at this because one, I don't really care if the devil like exists or not. So like, I'm not suspicious or care. Like, I'm definitely suspicious, right? But I don't really care if it is like the devil, so I'm not scared. And why?
I
Like,
want him out now.
I'm in between.
I like the bottom one just
I'm in this
like,
'cause
get
it's
out
like-
of my room,
I'm just like,
devil!
dude, I'm out of my room. I'm fucking jacking off, man. Like, yeah, what the fuck are you
Well, it
doing?
didn't specifically say you're going to sleep. It would be funny if you just came in
I
on
know,
you're like,
right.
God fucking damn it, I do this shit all the time.
Damn it, like, what are you doing?
Anyway,
um,
I don't.
we'll answer this next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any cards up for you?
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section or in the Discord server below by clicking, or in the Discord server by clicking on the link in the description below or in the About section. You'll find the links to our other medias there as well. If you like this video and want more of the series, click on the link on the left, or the right when it shows up. And if you want what YouTube suggests, click on the link on the left. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time for the test's final revelation.
Alright, I'll end it here.